It's a cool, crisp autumn afternoon in the Steel City as Indianapolis and Pittsburgh reach the midway point of their regular seasons. Each team over 500. The Colts, one of the hottest teams in football, having won 5 in a row, sitting atop the AFC South. And its opponent today, Pittsburgh, has alternated wins and losses all season long. Fresh off a win Monday night against Houston at 4-3 in a tight division where every team's at the moment 500 or better. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with our CBS lead analyst Phil Simms. And a lot to like about this matchup. And the Colts are coming in here right now on fire.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. Two good football teams. You said the Colts are on fire, especially, well, both sides of the ball. But the story to me, Pittsburgh's defense against this Colts offense, the wide receivers, the tight end. We know about Andrew Luck. And how about this, Jim? Their offensive line's playing better now than it has all year long.
All right, so Indianapolis coming in off a shutout victory against Cincinnati last week for its 5th straight win. And down on the sidelines throughout the afternoon is Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, Jim. Wind could definitely be a factor today, and don't go by the flags behind me because they're blowing one way, the wind is blowing another way. It is swirling around. I spoke with both kickers during pregame, and they told me the key is adjusting to the wind as it changes throughout the game. Adam Vinatieri telling me it's going to be extremely tricky, especially for him, who's used to the comfy confines of the dome, guys.
Adam Vinatieri, who has not missed all season long. Today's game is being broadcast in Spanish. We're available using the SAP button on your television. Indianapolis won the toss, wants the football. That means sweep them.
Not too often you see that, so it tells you something. They want to come in here, establish themselves right away, and try to take this crowd out of it, Jim.
The Steelers came into existence in 1933. In 34, they donned these uniforms. This style, this look, in their 2nd year of existence. So it's throwback uniform day for the Steelers. And Ben Roethlisberger and that Pittsburgh offense will be on the sideline at the start of this game as the Colts get ready to handle it here at the start. Griff Whalen is the return man. Sweesom sends it his way. And we are underway in Pittsburgh with a touchback. So here comes Andrew Luck, his 40th career start. First time he has ever faced Pittsburgh in his career in the regular season. Played him once in the preseason his first year. He leads an offense that right now by yardage is #1 in the NFL, #1 in passing yards. That's Harrison. What a job he has done stepping in as a undrafted rookie out of Florida. And T.Y. Hilton's had a hot streak. They are without Reggie Wayne today. Inactive because of an elbow. Bradshaw starts in the backfield. Richardson, who had been questionable, is up. He is active, even with a hamstring injury that kept him out of practice all week. On first down, a little toss over to Bradshaw. He's had quite a year receiving the football, and he's got 10 on the game's first snap. Dick LeBeau's defense up front. Kiesel, Cam Thomas, Cam Hayward. They do return in that linebacking core, their first-round pick, Ryan Shazier, but we're going to start out with Spence and McCain along with Mitchell, the former Panther, Polamalu, and Cortez Allen. Going against, again, a team that leads the league in passing yards through the first 7 weeks. Here's Bradshaw. First down, and he's got about 5, maybe 6. Tackled by Arthur Moats. I'd like to welcome the audience that saw the Buffalo Bills win down in New York today, beating the Jets 43-23. We're just underway here in Pittsburgh. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson. The Colts received the opening kickoff, touchback, a completion of 10 yards to Ahmad Bradshaw, and then a Bradshaw carry for 5 yards. And here we are, 3rd play into the game for those of you just joining us. Play action. And Luck in the pocket, fires it sideline. He's got Hilton. Hilton pauses and is able to juke free and is finally spun down by McCain near the 20. That goes for 45 to T.Y. Hilton.
Well, Pittsburgh crowd the line of scrimmage, and you get one-on-one coverage outside. And T.Y. Hilton, watch how fast he catches, boom, turns and goes Tough to cover him one-on-one. The Colts run the football. You try to stop it. Look out. Great weapons on the outside.
Hilton's having a big year. He's the best receiver in the league in the first quarter of action. He's already got a big play in this one. Here's the pass underneath to Bradshaw. And his second catch goes for about 5.
Well, when you watch this Colts offense, the weapons, Jim, you said, I told you in the opening, their offensive line just keeps getting better. And Andrew Luck is getting better also. Not holding on to the ball, living and dying with the plays down the field, just like that last play, getting rid of the football and letting those running backs and tight ends pick up the extra yard.
They bring in a new back. It's Daniel Herron, second-year man out of Ohio State, who was with the Bengals a bit last year. 2 tight ends with Allen and Fleener. And they give it on the toss to Boone Herman. And he's got 2. Yeah, the Colts have so many ways they can beat you.
Well, they do. Look, all you got to do is look at that column on the right. Second in points per game, yards, awesome, receiving touchdowns. The big one, too, another one. Plays of 20-plus yards, first in the NFL. So a lot of times when Andrew Luck makes a completion, they're in scoring territory right away.
Luck's first pass of this game was his 1,500th career attempt and his 200th completion of this season. He's got a 3rd and 3. And that pass is wide of the mark. He was trying to hit Hakeem Nicks, who steps up as a starter with the absence of Reggie Wayne today. So out comes Vinatieri to attempt the field goal. He's 14 of 14 on the year.
He had him on the outside. Nicks is open. The football, when Andrew Luck misses, he does miss high. Big overhand delivery. Being careful. But the tight end got off of Dwayne Allen too quick, Jim, in the middle of the field. He was open. Good stop by the Steelers defense.
And you see overall, including the playoffs, 23 straight makes going back to last season. This is for his all-time 200th make as a Colt. And he becomes the first place kicker to ever have 200 field goals with 2 different franchises. Opening drive field goal for Pagano's Colts. As you see, the Indianapolis offensive line helped them go down the field as Pagano comes over to have a few words with his linemen. 7 plays leading to the Vinatieri field goal. And now Adam will kick to LeGarrette Blunt. I'm sorry, it'll be Pat McAfee. Of course, what a year he's had in so many ways, including these successful onside kicks and a number of touchbacks, and he's got another one. So he only had 7 of his 47 kickoffs returned this year. Pat McAfee. Ben Roethlisberger, his 150th career start, trying to get his 100th win as a starter. Coming off a 265, 2-touchdown, no-pick performance in the victory over Houston. David DeCastro, his right guard, their former first-rounder. He was a roommate of Andrew Luck's at Stanford. They're close pals. And how about Antonio Brown, Phil?
Well, they find many ways during the game, Jim, to get the football to Antonio Brown, and usually he does not disappoint.
Comes in with 50 catches on the season. And this is Bell, who's putting up some pretty stout numbers of his own. He's got 4. Here's the Indianapolis defense that has not allowed a point now in the last 84 minutes of action. Jean-Francois on that defensive front. Here's a man who's accustomed to playing the Steelers twice a year, the former Brown, D'Qwell Jackson. Been a great pickup for them. Vontae Davis. You look at passes defended on the year, and he ranks right up there as the best in the league for corners. 2nd and 6 for the Steelers. And they're able to get it into the hands of Bryant, the rookie from Clemson, who made his debut Monday night against Houston with a touchdown on his first catch. This defense last week against Cincinnati, recording the Colts' first shutout since 2008, had 4 sacks, and most impressively held the Bengals to 1 out of 13 on 3rd down.
Well, that performance by the defense last week surely caught the attention of the Steelers.
Here's a 3rd and 1, and a conversion by Bell for 6. You know, we talked about the shutout, but you know, these are just a few of the things they did. The thing that impresses me the most of all, you won't even see it right there, they out-yardaged the Bengals by 371 yards.
Well, all these numbers, what we saw last week, the Steelers, they want to come out here, control the football a little, and make this defense play. the Indianapolis Colts offense leads the NFL by far time of possession. So good job, get that first down. Maybe you can tire them out and control the football. That's what they want to do.
First down, and Roethlisberger's got good time, and he's got a good pass. Threaded to Bryant for his second catch, but the flag will check it, and John Perry will explain it. And let's see if the 19-yard completion stands.
What a target to throw to over the middle, Jim.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact defense. Number 52, penalties decline. Result of the play, 1st and 10.
I think we might even see a different offense here today by the Steelers. In fact, Bryant over the middle. Again, the blocking, get them going, keep them on the field, maybe tire them out. The Colts don't have, of course, Robert Mathis, a Dwight Freeney, that one really, truly outstanding pass rusher. But Bryant on the outside, Hayward Bay, guys like that size, so you can throw it up and let them go up and catch it.
Yeah, Bryant with 2 catches here on the first drive for the Steelers, as Bell scoots ahead for about 3 into the arms of Greg Toller. What a season Le'Veon Bell is having.
Well, you notice that run there, Jim? Just watch him today, everybody at home. He runs to the line of scrimmage and stops, shoulders are square, and then he decides what to do. Just watch him. He does this so much. Well, let me just wait. Where am I going to go? And then, of course, he's trimmer. We talked about that week 2. Trimmer, faster, explosive. That's the key to his running style.
Second in the NFL to DeMarco Murray for scrimmage yards through the first 7 weeks. 2nd and 7. They brought in Darius Hayward Bay as an extra receiver. And Roethlisberger has his tight end, Heath Miller, for another first. Down to the 31, gain of 12.
Yeah, I already like what I see from the Steelers offense. You know, it's just, it looks more settled down. Cross them inside. Ben Roethlisberger taking his time and really executing the offense. And you can do that and have patience as a quarterback when you have a pocket like he had last time. Boy, Heath Miller almost took his eyes off that football a little too quick.
Lance Moore comes in as an extra receiver.
This defense is all about getting you to 3rd down.
Blunt is in the backfield. Here's the throw. And he's got Marcus Wheaton about a half-yard shy of another first. Tackled down by Vontae Davis. Roethlisberger trying to get 100 wins in his first 150 starts. That's a rarity. Tom Brady did it. Joe Montana. And Terry Bradshaw. Roethlisberger trying to attempt to be the 4th to have 100 wins in his first 150 starts. 2nd and 1, and Blunt able to step around some traffic, and he's got the first down.
Well, Jim, this is an outstanding drive so far by the Pittsburgh offense. That's all Mike Tomlin said to us. Tempo, let's control the game with some quick passes and run the football. Good job. LeGarrette Blount, just a huge running back, hard to bring down. You better grab those legs.
Play action, Roethlisberger, pump fake, down the field he goes. He's got his man for a touchdown. It's Marcus Wheaton from Roethlisberger. From 18 yards out.
Well, they bunch these receivers, and Wheaton just does a little out and up, and it's a zone coverage, and the eyes of Ben Roethlisberger kept Vontae Davis and Darius Butler kind of frozen, and they could not react to the throw to Marcus Wheaton.
That's the first quarter touchdown allowed by the Colts this season. Doesn't happen until week 8. Sweezum with the extra point for the 7-3 lead. What an impressive drive to start things for the Steelers. Marcus Wheaton, his first touchdown of the season. Downtown Pittsburgh on a beautiful blue sky day, but breezy. Didn't affect Ben Roethlisberger. 5 for 5 down the field, 63 yards, and the 18-yard hook up with Wheaton. I mentioned it's his first touchdown of the season. It's actually his first career touchdown for the 3rd-round pick out of Oregon State a year ago.
Well, that's as good a drive as I've seen the Steelers have all year long. And why do I say that? Just because they gave the Colts defense a little bit of everything. They spread the football around. They kept themselves in great situations, and they executed every play like they drew it up on a blackboard. Now, you know, to have a drive and score like that in the NFL is tough for anybody. So, good job by the offensive line. Great design, and Roethlisberger on target.
You saw Roethlisberger on the sideline going over some of the frames with his backup Bruce Gradkowski as Sweezum kicks it away to Whalen. He will have a chance to return this one. He's got it across the 20. It's a 30-yard return. So each team takes its first possession down the field for scores. Field goal for the Colts. Touchdown for the Steelers. Don't miss a moment of today's football action. The CBS Sports app now has the fastest scores. Download it now to get your scores fast right on your phone. This is the first time Indianapolis has trailed since week 2 against Philadelphia.
That's what I call stress-free football. That's almost impossible to get in this NFL.
Having won 5 straight since. Never being behind in that time. Here it is to Bradshaw. Good catch. And a good tackle as well by Shazier, the rookie from Ohio State, taken in the first round.
Yeah, it didn't take long to get him in. Talking to Mike Tomlin yesterday, just goes, hey, this guy played a lot of football at Ohio State. He's fast. They want to be careful with the snaps, but he's looked good in practice.
He's been out the last 4 games with a knee, and here's Luck. And that pass is deflected. It was Polamalu was in the face of Luck.
That's the #1 key for this Colts offense. Where's the hair? And how about that timing? That's what it's about. And that's what he can do. Maybe not as good as he did 5 years ago, but still disruptive, has great instincts, and that time he timed the snap perfectly, and he ruined the complete play by the Colts offense.
The pass was thrown in the direction of Kobe Fleener. And it's a 3rd and 10 for Indianapolis. They brought in Dante Moncrief. He's wide to the left now in motion. Their rookie out of Ole Miss. Wow. Over the head of Nix. And it's a 3-and-out for Indianapolis.
Well, everybody's worried about the defensive backs of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, hey, we're going to say don't worry about it because they're going to blitz. Look at the line of scrimmage. They bring 5 guys. They get quick pressure. That's Jason Worlds. Made Andrew Luck throw before he was ready, and he was high with the throw.
So here's Pat McAfee, who was raised about a half-hour northeast of Pittsburgh in Plum, Pennsylvania. And a real X-factor for this team as McAfee. This kick, not his longest. It's Antonio Brown spinning around. And there's a flag on the field after a 38-yard punt. Andy Studebaker was down on the
during the
tackle.
kick. Holding, receiving team, number 55. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. 1st and 10. Timeout.
Penalty on Arthur Motes will back up the Steelers, but they'll have it for the 2nd time, up 7-3. Tailgate day for our own Adam Romanowski. We know him as Slappy.
Yeah.
He's from right here. He was out serving some meatball subs to the crew. He drives our trucks all around. Taking a day off and enjoying it here in sunshine. And 1st and 10, it is Bell for about 4.
Well, let's go back and look at the touchdown. Well designed. It's going to be an out and up for Marcus Wheaton, and it just kind of gets the defense that little pump fake. What we saw was so quick by Ben Roethlisberger, Jim. The littlest thing. Look what it does. It has a great effect. It froze 2 defensive backs, and Roethlisberger, like I said earlier, that drive was impressive. Kept this Colts defense from what they want to do. They want to get you in 3rd down and then look out. It can be one of many things.
It's a 2nd and 7 after the Bell carry. And it's his call again. And he's got a seam. And he's got a 1st. And he is thrown down by Mike Adams after a 10-yard run behind Pouncey.
You go right, you be the runner. Watch the blocks by Foster into center. Pouncey. Nobody gets off the blocks. Wide open, big hole, and good run by Bell. Everybody just gets on their man, win the war at the line of scrimmage. Skilled guys will take care of it.
Vontae Davis is slow to get up, so we'll step aside for a moment. Darius Butler has come into the Colts secondary for Vontae Davis. As Bell makes a cut, and it gets fallen on by Corey Redding after 3. We've got an update. Back to JB in New York.
30-yard pass to Larry Fitzgerald. Key play to set this up.
Oh, yeah. Punctuated with a 1-yard straight ahead, no fair dive to run by Andre Ellington. All knotted up at 7 in Arizona.
The peripatetic Jim Nance, Phil Simms, and Tracy Wolfson.
Wow, did you know that Jim Brown went to Harvard? Do you know that?
With the peripatetic, told you that,
yeah,
right?
That's it. Yes.
Well, he is too, by the way. He's out there Thursdays on the road and traveling on Sundays to the studio, leading the way. 2nd down and 7. And Roethlisberger hit when he threw it, and a little gimpy as Redding was down by his feet.
Well, Corey Redding having an outstanding year for the defensive line and for this Indianapolis defense. Number 90 trimmed up a little bit. I know when you look at him, you go, trimmed up. He is big. He has rushed the passer very well, and they finally got the Steelers. I know it's early, but they got him in the situation they want. Look out usually means pressure. 3rd and anything over 5 and 6. Greg Minuski, the defensive coordinator, he's going to make sure and find a way to get pressure.
And again, they've only, you saw the graphic, given up 1 3rd down conversion each of the last 4 weeks. They've given up 1 already today, as Pittsburgh now has a 2nd conversion on the little flip to Le'Veon Bell for 12 to move the chains.
Well, it was a blitz. It was pretty creative, but just watch the running lane this way. When you leave, Eric Walden goes inside. Nobody to stand in front of Ben Roethlisberger. And this guy is different. That's all they've talked about playing against Roethlisberger. Don't jump. Slow down when you get a free run at him because he can move, break tackles. Really good job by him that time, moving up and getting that 1st down.
Bell to the sidelines with 41 yards from scrimmage. Blunt. 1-2 punch. Here's Blunt. On 1st down. With the flag after 3. Freeman on the hit.
Holding, offense, number 83, 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
And that'll push the football back onto the Pittsburgh side of the field. Let's go back down to Tracy.
Well, thanks, Jim. Colts cornerback Vontae Davis on the sideline right now. It is that right knee. He's trying to work through it. That's what I've been told, talking to trainers, telling the coaches he's okay. But right now, just trying to work through that knee to see if he can get back out there.
Well, it's a big deal, Jim, when you're talking about this receiving core of the Steelers, and they really rely on their corners, the Colts do, to play man-to-man so they can do all their blitzing. And you lose one of the top 5-10 corners for sure in the NFL in Vontae Davis.
1st and 20. It's a screen. And that's only 3 for Blunt.
Well, you got to find ways. When you talk about the Steelers offense, what do you do if you're on defense? 26 and 84. 84, of course, Antonio Brown. Le'Veon Bell, they find many ways. Split him out, throw the football to him, hand it off, and then screens inside. And he's special. What did Mike Tomlin say? The guy never gets tired.
You're talking, though, about the 3 Bs from Pittsburgh and how dangerous they are. And that's what Chuck Pagano told his team. Got to watch those 3 Bs. Ben, Bell, and Brown.
Pretty good 3 Bs.
Bell's back in as Roethlisberger has the time to find his target. He's got Lance Moore for a big play to the Indianapolis 28. Gain of 27.
It's been a while since I've seen these things. Lance Moore in the inside. The play action pass. Oh, boy, was that a great job of selling across the field. Darius Butler, there's no way you can cover that. But what I like about it, and I don't think they do enough of this, is block it up, give the quarterback a little extra time to gather and drive the football down the field with that kind of throw. That was well designed, well executed.
And the former Saint sets them up at the 29. Roethlisberger's hit 6 different targets so far, but not once Antonio Brown. Here's the handoff inside, keeping his balance. And Bell rips off another 10.
Well, they really got him in a quandary on the defensive side. One, the offensive line of the Steelers being physical and winning the battle. DeCastro, another good block. That's Heath Miller coming across and knocking down Newsome, the outside linebacker.
Bell now with 40 yards on just 7 carries. On first down. Le'Veon has another 3. What is it about him that makes him so special, this second-year back out of Michigan State?
Well, Le'Veon Bell, just, you know, this year, there's no doubt the training he did, learning the NFL, cutting weight, quicker, faster, and experience. You know, now you can just play. So he's not out there thinking, what am I going to do? But I think I described it pretty well. He keeps his shoulder square. That way he can cut side to side, go forward. And, of course, the ability, Jim, just to do it fast and explosive.
2nd and 7. From the 15. There's another hookup with Lance Moore near a first.
Boy, I'll tell you, there's so many things to talk about right now, what the Steelers are doing well. Pass protection, look at this. Nobody in front of him. Really nobody except maybe once on a screen has been in Ben Roethlisberger's way. I mean, it's just tremendous protection. And Todd Haley right now, they got rhythm. He feels good at what they're doing on the sideline. Easy to call plays in this situation. That graphic shows it all.
As you see Todd Haley, his team picked up a first. They have 1st and goal to go.
Got to watch the play clock.
Bell spins around to the 5 to run out time in the first. 163 total yards of offense for the Steelers in quarter number 1. 7-3 Pittsburgh. After 1, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Pittsburgh produces more offense in one quarter than the Bengals got through 4 quarters last week against the Colts. In fact, they have 10 first downs in the first quarter. After last week, the Colts only allowed 8 for the game to the Bengals.
Yeah, what a job. Good first quarter. It might be the best quarter this offense has played all year long. And one of the things I was going to talk about a lot today, can the offensive line really gel and start dominating? Because these skill guys on the Steelers, they're pretty good. You give them enough chances, they're going to put points on the board. A lot of them.
Saw Vontae Davis still on the sideline, 2nd and goal to start the second quarter. And Roethlisberger has another touchdown pass. And this one goes to the rookie, Bryant.
Well, it took him a little while to get Martavis Bryant involved in this offense, but he's making an impact quick, isn't he? Oh, they got him. Outside technique that time by Josh Gordy. Inside route, no chance. Again, they designed that play for that exact defense. They called it at the right time, and it was an easy throw and catch.
You know, Mike Tomlin told us they're looking for someone to really step up as the complementary receiver to Antonio Bryant. Wheaton's a candidate. He's been the starter on the other side all year. He's got a touchdown. And now here's Bryant. He's got a touchdown.
Got a lot of options for that spot. That's good.
14-3 Steelers. Just one play into the second. A reminder, this week, Thursday Night Football moves to NFL Network with an NFC South clash down in Carolina. The Saints and the Panthers will be there Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern live on NFL Network. The Saints will be taking on the Packers tonight. Carolina lost in the last minute to Seattle today, but Breeze and Newton will see Drew and Cam on Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. So Wheaton has his first career touchdown catch in the first quarter. Bryant has his second career touchdown catch in his second career game. Good run back last time at 31 yards. He's got another good one here. So +3 on the run back out to the 23. Andrew Luck in year number 3. And Phil, You call him the total package.
Well, he is. What does he lack? And maybe experience is the only thing. The head, the arm. Look what he's done so far this year. He's strong, can break tackles, and of course run. And the heart. Hey, the guy loves football. He's humble. His teammates love him. We've talked about that. And you know, he learned to be an NFL quarterback in a system. And what's all the highlights of who? Ben Roethlisberger.
That's right.
Because he had the same coordinator, so he was always watching Big Ben and going, shoot, that looks pretty good.
Very similar, the two, aren't they, though? They're very tough to bring down. Big-bodied quarterbacks. And Luck on first down. Dumps it across the middle to Heron for 5.
Well, you put them together, look at that comparison. Everything's just about equal as you see what they've done in their first 39 career starts. Of course, Andrew Luck, we all know now, the league has changed since Ben Roethlisberger's rookie year. They throw it more, and he takes advantage of the rules, of course.
2nd and 5. He's intercepted. The Steelers' William Gay is going to take it home for the touchdown.
The Steelers defense has come to play, so is the offense. Gay reads the drop of the quarterback. Andrew Luck throws it in rhythm. Akeem Nicks is out there instead of Reggie Wayne. Maybe he said, well, I think I can cover him if he fakes me and goes deep. He played it really aggressive and just timed it perfectly.
William Gay actually started this game as Roethlisberger.
That's right.
Watch from the sideline, loving it. He started, did William Gay, for Cortez Allen. William Gay in his 120th career game has his 2nd career touchdown. Jumps the route and takes it all the way for their 2nd touchdown at 41 seconds. CBS, this is exactly how you thought this game would start.
Oh, yes, I was all over this.
Weren't you, though?
It's unbelievable. You say it many times. This league, don't think you can figure out week to week because you can't.
No sure thing.
It's incredible.
Last 2 returns have gone 30 yards, but not this one. He is pinned back at the 14 -6 from the touchback. Blake on the tackle.
Well, let's watch. Here's William Gay against Nicks as he comes up. Just watch his eyes. He stays right with the receiver, and when Nicks stops, he breaks. He doesn't even look for the ball until he's already got the break, and then just sprints to the end zone. The defense. Mike Taylor loves what he is seeing from the corner, and of course Mike Tomlin excited, and what an aggressive start for this defense. Blitzing, not letting the Colts offense control the tempo, and being aggressive with the defensive backs.
Ike Taylor with that broken forearm suffered down to Carolina. He'll be coming back in a few weeks. Bradshaw bouncing around and able to find a yard out of a tough situation. So last week, Cincinnati, just nothing there. Completely manhandled. Turning around today, the Bengals, by the way, and winning in the end, putting up 27 against Baltimore.
And when you watch the game, Jim, I swear to you, you wouldn't have thought they gained 135 yards. You go, wow, they really got that many? Because it looked worse.
2nd and 9. Safety valve is Bradshaw. Has a split the defenders, and Polamalu bounces into him. So does Williams.
How about that? They're playing fast. Troy Polamalu. And he's having one of those good weeks. You can see he looks fast and aggressive and reading it right. Has outside leverage, but the attacking once somebody catches the football.
3rd and 3.
Sorry, Jim, they're giving another blitz look here, so they're not sitting back.
And here they come. Picked up. Flag is down as the pass is tipped. We got a flag signal against the Colts.
I don't think the Colts were ready for this type of defense. Of course, I wasn't either.
2nd flag,
There's 2 fouls in the play. They'll offset. We'll replay the down. Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Offense, number 78. Prior to the pass, holding. Defense. Number 23. Those penalties will decline. Replay, third down.
They're going to keep him in the pocket. Look at the late read. Oh, drew it the wrong way, but there's nowhere to run. The ball is tipped, and look at the coverage down the field. Not only are they tight on him, if he throws it to any of the three guys that are out, I believe the defensive back had a chance to intercept it. Look at that, kids. They are so far on their game.
So they replayed it down, offsetting 3rd and 3. And that's good for a first. And that's Moncrief racing into the secondary and finally thrown down by William Gay, but he breaks a big one for 52.
Well, they say he's big and strong, comes across, and they lost him. The bunch, 3 receivers in a bunch. You got to figure out who has who. They made a mistake. There they are. Oh, and they know it. It's too late. Moncrief, big, strong, and can really run fast straight ahead.
His 10th catch of his rookie season. First down, and Locke was able to throw the incompletion. That was Timmons, who thought he was going to get away, get a sack before he was able to throw it away.
There is no
but
foul
the
for
flag is out
intentional
too.
grounding. Quarterback was.
Bradshaw says, hey, before John Perry, you call it intentional grounding. There's a flag on the far side of the field as well.
Prior to the pass, illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Defense. Number 28. 5 yards and a first down. There is no foul for intentional grounding. Number 44 was in the vicinity of where the ball landed.
Top of your screen. Cortez Allen hit Akeem Nicks off the line of scrimmage and then pulled the jersey, so it really was a double foul.
But they were going to call intentional grounding, and then Perry, once he got on the mic the second time, said that Bradshaw was, and we saw it clearly, was in the area of the pass. So the penalty marked off against the Steeler defense. New set of downs for the Colts.
Look at that. Those numbers in 2014 have gone up dramatically. Defensive holding, illegal contact, pass interference.
Bradshaw. A right tackle for a yard, maybe 2. McCullers brings him down.
Yeah, he just came running on the field. And you know, the key to this defense, when you talk about, we always talk about the linebackers and Troy Polamalu, it is the defensive line for Dick LeBeau. They must be active, entertain the blockers, so the linebackers can run, blitz, and make the tackles. And that's what they've done here at the start of this game.
Everyone in tight. Double tight ends. 2nd and 8. And Lex to the end zone. And he has Indianapolis' first touchdown of the day with Dwayne Allen.
Well, that was right out of the book. Put this on a training reel. We had a great view of it behind Andrew Luck. Dwayne Allen's going to be covered as he goes up the field. But Andrew Luck looks the safety off, and then Allen outruns Timmons. Now, that's Dwayne Allen. Everybody thought he came in the league to be a blocker. He's turned out to be a big-time weapon in the passing game.
Yes, he is. That's his 6th.
Watch Andrew Luck, Jim. Looking
touchdown
right,
in 8 games.
Look left and got the safety out of the middle and gets a touchdown because of it.
86-yard drive. And Allen is becoming another weapon for the Colts.
They're trying to confirm this touchdown.
Allen had that hip surgery that took away his 2nd year in the league, basically.
Will be reviewed.
3rd-year man out of Clemson. They're going to review that touchdown. They're going to, of course, they review all touchdowns, but they want a closer inspection of it.
After reviewing the play, ruling in the field stands as a touchdown.
The Dwayne Allen touchdown has been confirmed.
He had a great touchdown last week. Caught one down the sideline and took off and outran everybody and got in the end zone. And tight ends. Pep Hamilton, offensive coordinator, knows how to get them open in pass routes. Did it at Stanford. Doing it here with the Colts.
The snap, McAfee gets it down cleanly, and Vinatieri drives it through. So after 21 unanswered by the Steelers, the Colts respond with an 86-yard touchdown drive.
He had to catch. That ball was secure the whole time as he was taken to the ground. Here's the tight end going down the field. Little seams. Look what it does to Troy Polamalu. What a look off by Andrew Luck. He located Polamalu. That's all he talked about, wasn't it, Jim? Hey, got to know where he's at. He found him, made him move, and got the touchdown throw.
Luck's 20th touchdown pass of the season. Didn't take long, 5 plays. The big one to set it up was the 52-yard completion to Dante Moncrief.
You know, I don't have any stats to back this up, but if you said to me, who throws the football down the field, well, might be another one to challenge them the most. The Indianapolis Colts, and the other one would be who? The Arizona Cardinals with Bruce Arians. They always are looking for big pass plays, and defenses in this day and age of a lot of short throws, I don't think they enjoy playing teams like this.
Here's McAfee. Browns brought back a couple of yards. And he is stacked up only to about the 13. Muwamba along with Purifoy, just a 15-yard run back. Tonight on 60 Minutes, what really happened in the Dallas hospital that received the first Ebola patient? Find out from nurses who treated him, plus the rock band Foo Fighters. 60 Minutes tonight, only CBS.
All right, hey, you know, there's Vontae Davis on the sideline, and yes, of course, he's playing great. The Pittsburgh Steelers talked about him many times, but does it change what you do on the outside because you are missing maybe your best corner? Or what you change on defense, I should say.
Here's Roethlisberger throwing sideline, and flag is out as Brown is able to make a tough catch in front of Toller for 14.
Prior to the pass, illegal use of hands. Hands to the face, defense. Number 28. Penalties decline. Result of the play, 1st and 10.
So the catch is the first of the game for Antonio Bryant.
Well, goodness, the fact that you're right, yeah, he touched that face mask. Greg Toller, we had a chance to talk. Boy, that's some coverage, though, in the gym. Oh, my gosh, he is all over it. Last week, it looked like he was running the routes for the Cincinnati wide receivers, but went to a small college. Missing his buddy on the other side now, Vontae Davis. But Greg Toller. As a pair, I think they're the two best right now in the NFL playing on a team.
Dree Archer unable to hold on. Rookie from Kent State was starting to run with it. Let's go down to Tracy.
Well, thanks, Jim. I've been watching Vontae Davis down here on the sideline. He continues to try and work to get back in this game. Athletic trainers surrounding him. He was on the bike for a little while. He was pointing to the front of his right knee, and I was just told his return is questionable.
So Davis, he's been trying to stay loose, standing up, stretching it out, but has not returned. 2nd and 10 for the Steelers. And Ben's going long. He's got a man there. It's Bryant in stride and out of bounds near the 20.
Now that's where Vontae Davis would be. What a throw by Ben Roethlisberger. And how about this new target? Stack the receivers. Why? That way you cannot bump him at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, it's Darius Butler, Vontae Davis's replacement, who gets beat for 52 yards.
And that was just well designed. And again, the Steeler offense, the protection he's getting, they've run the football okay, but when he's throwing it, he is looking deep today, not always short.
Longest pass play of the season for Pittsburgh. Bell is tripped up right away for no gain. Hit first by Sergio Brown.
And now they're in, you know, the Steelers, the other thing they started doing, they call the red zone, not the 20 in, they call it 35 yards in. Why? Because they think their kicker is just a sure thing when it comes to going out there and getting points. So don't take a sack. Try not to create those penalties that they've done. And, of course, they've had some turnovers going down here to score this year. It's really hurt this offensive football team.
Their kicker, Suisa, missed only twice last year in 32 tries, only once this year. Incredible. And 2nd and 10. Stepping away from the pressure and flipping it to Bell for about 8. And he looks like he's in a little pain.
You know, these guys, when they get tackled, when somebody's somewhat behind him, they drag them down, and you almost got to learn to feel it and go down with it, because see what that little jerk route faked outside came in, and didn't see anything that I could point to.
DeQuell Jackson, who rode him down. And it's got Mike Tomlin's attention. He's come onto the field. We'll step aside. Le'Veon Bell is being looked at and examined on the Steelers sideline by the team doctor, Dr. Bradley. He's gone over 1,000 scrimmage yards on the season off that last play. But they got big 3rd and 3 coming up here.
Yeah, they do. Crowd still focusing on Le'Veon Bell because they know how important he is to this football team. No pressure so far in this game on Ben Roethlisberger.
He did jog to the sideline, by the way, to a huge ovation. Here's the give to Blunt. And he's a yard short of the first.
You know, they're moving the ball on you at will. You got to do something different. Sergio Brown came from the outside, unblocked, helps get the tackle in the backfield, hold the Steelers to a field goal attempt.
And again, the league's #1 3rd down defense comes up with a stop.
What are those numbers in the last 4 games?
One every time. 1 conversion allowed. They've given up 2 today. 1 out of 41. 4 out of 41.
4 out of 41. Never heard a stat like that ever in the NFL.
Squeeze him from 30. And the kick is good, but a flag is out. And a lot of finger pointing going on. Remember, it was 4th and 1. If it's against the Colts, it'll be a first down. Pagano's livid. And it is against his side.
5-yard penalty results. 1st and 10.
Well, it's a huge call. Could be a game changer. That's why he's livid. I think it's right there. Oh, no, it's inside. Yeah, that didn't look like he got in the neutral zone anyway. That's Andrew Jackson. He moved, but did he cross the football?
A 1st and goal. Take the field goal off the board. Looking for the touchdown to the end zone, and the catch is made. What a catch by Antonio Brown.
Well, we heard it yesterday at the Steelers that Antonio Brown does something special every single day. And when you do it every day in practice, you're going to do it in the games too. My gosh, what a catch. Pulls it in with one hand, gets control of it, it never moves. This was a running play that he had the option to throw it one-on-one to Antonio Brown, and he took the right option, didn't he?
Boy, just pulled it in one-handed. Antonio Brown, after throwing a touchdown pass on Monday night.
That was his left-handed. He caught it with it.
That's exactly right. He throws it left-handed. Flag came down in the aftermath.
Even T.Y. Hilton, who knows Antonio Brown, talks about how hard he works, and the Steelers and Tomlin, they consistently told us many times that he's the hardest working guy on the football team.
There is no foul for illegal substitution, 12-man defense. The offense was not imminent to snap the ball with all the linemen up.
Okay.
It was Toller who he beat, but Toller was on him tight. Brown knew exactly how little real estate he had to work with. Got the feet down, pulled it in one-handed. Roethlisberger's thrown now his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. First time in 3 years the Steelers have put up 28 in the first half. We still have 8.5 to go in the second quarter. Off the Three Rivers. And Steel City enjoying the action right now with 28 put up here. Just 6.5 minutes into the second quarter. Squeeze him. Short kick this time. Whalen, the guard out. And tackled down by Williams at the 21. So Antonio Brown comes in leading this week, coming into the week, leading the league in receptions and yardage. Contributes in special teams as well. Even threw a touchdown pass against the Texans.
He threw a touchdown pass into some tight coverage, man. So he's brave with those decisions as a quarterback. But I'll tell you, with the way they're spreading the football around, Jim, with Le'Veon Bell running, and now Bryant outside with Hayward Bay and Marcus Wheaton, when he makes plays, they could even turn into maybe lesser plays, but more dynamic than he's already had this year.
Well, Ben has hit 3 wideouts for touchdowns, and here's Luck now having it tipped away, incomplete by the Steelers, by Jason Worlds.
Jason Worlds coming from the outside, good read. The set was so far inside by Cherilus, the guard, that he got up there. But Worlds is their best pass rusher for the Steelers. He's really shown up this year. And if he gets enough opportunities in one-on-one, he has hit the quarterback, got the sacks.
They've taped up Le'Veon Bell, and he's making some cuts and trying to spin an argument that would allow him to return. 2nd and 10. And that's Moncrief.
Another good tackle by Polamalu, but pressuring Andrew Luck. That's what they've done. The little blitz, and Williams, number 98, gets the pressure in there to make him throw it before he's ready. Another blitz. Good timing. Lawrence Timmons, clean hit. Andrew Luck had to throw it away, so they're mixing it up today. Dick LeBeau not sitting back. If you sit back against this offense, you lose.
T.Y. Hilton with a catch right at the start of this game. That's the only target he's had, as Luck somehow gets it away and at least able to save the sack. He had Kiesel all over him.
That was a great throwaway, but how about Brett Kiesel? The interception last week. He's going to come in the inside. Little game. He's circled behind Vince Williams. And the one thing you notice, Jim, when you watch this team play, Brett Kiesel missed training camp. Boy, he is in game shape now, and he is making plays.
Yeah, how about Kiesel misses camp? They bring back James Harrison.
They're both playing well.
They are. Both enjoying this new challenge. They try to turn over that defense and make it younger. McAfee's punt to Brown at the 18. And that's covered up by Matt Overton, the long snapper, and others after a 56-yard boomer by McAfee.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. A quick update on Le'Veon Bell. He is back out on the field. I was told it is a right ankle injury. They taped it heavily outside his shoe, and he's going to try and give it a go. Jim?
There he is, Bell.
Hey, look, we'll see. Looked a little sore as he was jogging out there.
46 yards on 10 carries. Caught another couple of passes. Fake it to him. They're in on Roethlisberger. Unloads it to Will Johnson, his fullback. Well, look at him looking for somebody to hit while carrying the football. Goes for 18.
Well, they go with the blitz that time, and it's another good call. Here comes the blitz. They're going to see it late. And the fake by Ben Roethlisberger, the running back comes across. Everybody in the league runs this play, but it's when you call it and what defense you see. And they saw a blitz. Whoever's covering Johnson cannot come across the formation and find him. That's why it was a big play. Well, Greg Minuski doing the same thing as Dick LeBeau, not sitting back. Steelers just extra sharp on the offensive side.
And look at Roethlisberger. Speaking of extra sharp, he's only missed twice. He's over 200. And he's got Bell. Let's see how he runs with it. Stutter step move, his trademark, as we've talked about, picks up 8.
Well, try to get some use out of him right now, maybe, because once he stops, that thing tightens up those ankles. But another good read. How about the pass protection for Ben Roethlisberger? There's just nobody around him. He waited so long, looking down the field, hoping for a big play. It separated the defense so much. Bell was able to pick up 8 yards.
Do that. Leo, watch that screen.
It's Blunt in the backfield, 2nd and 2. Turning around just in time for the catch is Johnson for the first down.
They'll get rid of it quick, hold the football. They got it all working. Good blocking by Heath Miller, and Johnson getting a lot of action.
Yeah, he had only 1 catch on the season coming in, and he's got 2 on this series.
Well, you might as well, when you look at this defense of the Colts, they are just getting trounced right now. So what do? You might as well just be aggressive and play, because it's quite apparent if you don't play that way, they're going to march. Speed the game up.
Here's Roethlisberger. Gets away from the sack, throws downfield, got a man who's taken it in. It's Brown again. Antonio Brown for the 2nd time in this quarter. yards.
Everybody talks about it. Ben Roethlisberger's going to move. You practice it all week. We heard the Colts say, yeah, we practiced the quarterback moving around. And then you got to look out for the throws down the field. Steps up. There's nobody there. Avoids the quick sack by Arthur Jones. And when he's on the move, these receivers are great. Boy, look at Antonio Brown, just kept on the move. He read the quarterback, and it happens every single week. They made a big play last week against the Texans. They might have won the game.
You know, last week they had 24 points right at the end of the second quarter. I mean, it was just changed in a flash. They put up 28 in the second quarter today. 35 in the half.
But he's uncanny, Antonio Brown and Roethlisberger. They work together. They've done this so much. And when you make him move, sometimes that's almost a mistake. You don't want to, because the receivers change directions. And hey, the original coverage was fantastic by Greg Toller. You just can't cover Antonio Brown that long.
And we keep talking about these wideouts, and they have been sensational today. But how about Roethlisberger? 18 out of 20, 274, and 4 touchdowns. And those numbers are the second best numbers he's ever had in a half of football. The 4 touchdowns and the 274.
He's had a better half than that.
Yeah, one other time. And it is one of his other 149 starts.
Well, you know what they've done? They're doing it like they drew it up. And then, of course, every once in a while you take a play like that, which you're always going to get, and you add on to it, and you get greatness. And there is no question. Chuck Pagano's got to be folding his arms going, I can't believe this. I've seen the Steelers all year long. It has not looked anywhere near this good. This is...
You've also seen the Colts all season long, and their defense hasn't looked anything like this.
Well, the defense has been great almost most of the whole year.
Again, they shut out a Cincinnati team that had put up 37 the previous week and put up 27 today. They bageled them right in the middle of that. And today, 35 by the Steelers in the first half. They've they've more than doubled the yardage that the Bengals had last week against this Colts defense.
Yeah, you know, and one of the points I wanted to make about the Steelers offense, will the offensive line really turn into a top-notch unit? And so far today, they have been top-notch and even better.
Toss to Bradshaw. And he's got about 4.
Well, Antonio Brown's at the top of the screen. Greg Toller is all over him, but then he takes off. And now that's just too much to ask your secondary to do. And you blame that on lack of pass rush and then discipline. You must stay in your lanes and keep the quarterback inside.
2nd and 5. And they got a hit on Luck. And the ball's on the ground. Bradshaw was able to recover it.
The football was coming out of his hand
James Harrison. James Harrison was the one who walloped it.
How about that? 92 just keeps working, gets him. And Andrew Luck, because he's strong, tries to avoid the sack. Oh, it gets knocked out of his hand. Troy Polamalu. Oh, what a job by these guys today. Harrison, Kiesel, Troy Polamalu. It's like the old times.
3rd and 11. Blitzing. Getting it away to the sideline. What a catch by Nix.
What a throw. What a blitz pickup. All of the above. The Steelers, you got to keep playing. Here comes the blitz. Nice job by Costanzo. And how about that throw? Hakeem Nicks, big. On the outside against Cortez Allen, and he just drops it in.
Picks up 27.
You know, the one thing about Andrew Luck, Jim, as you watch it, he can throw interceptions and he could be rushed and be getting hit, but he never like flinches. He doesn't get, you know, looking at the rush, doesn't get nervous, just keeps plodding along and playing.
He's going to go to the right side to Bradshaw. He cuts back a little bit to the middle. He's got a first down. He's got 12. Running behind Hugh Thornton.
Well, if you can't make the play, just hit somebody. Couldn't see which linebacker. Watch 69 come out. He's going to lead the blocking. Boom. Oh, that's Lawrence Timmons. He is on some mission. He plays so hard from the inside. He is the leader of this defense. Keeping the emotions going and making plays.
Rock, banana.
2.5 to go in the quarter. Luck going for the deep ball. Behind Creve, tipped away at the last moment by Cortez Allen.
Boy, good job. Cortez Allen, you know, don't start looking for the football, reaching out too soon, because it'll make you fall behind the receiver. And he had that right hand in there. Let's see if it hits. Ooh, it might not have. But it's close enough. It distracted the receiver from making the catch.
Sure looked like it might go for 6. Allen again was on the bench to start this game. William Gay got the nod. Gay's already had a pick 6 in this game.
His long throws might make me back off just a hair or change the defense.
And whistles first.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Tony, Art, Boomer, and Coach Cowler. Latest scores and highlights, as well as a preview of the Thursday night football game that we'll have on NFL Network. That's coming up on the Verizon halftime report. A delay of game. How about the one today over at Wembley Stadium? They gave the Lions a second chance to kick it through for the win. To beat the Falcons, coming back from 21 down. 2nd and 15. And Luck in the area of T.Y. Hilton, who again has the one catch. Oh, there's a flag. No, there's not a flag.
Well, it's pressure again, and it is what they're doing. They are pushing this offensive line. They're just making them go backwards. And Andrew Luck, oh, wow, what a hit. Timmons again. You know, Timmons last week or Monday night, he was throwing up and still chasing people down the field, and he just plays with such abandon and so emotional. Off to another good start.
3rd and 15. Luck takes off with it. He's about a yard short of the first, and there is a flag on this play. Got tripped up at the last moment by Worlds.
Well, it looked like they, I know looked like the flag was thrown just in an open space. Well, what could that be? Holding on the defense, they'll take the penalty and the automatic first down, depending. You said they were short.
Looked to be about a yard short.
Holding. Defense. Number 21. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run.
Added on
First
to the
down.
14-yard scramble by Luck.
It's pressure. 5 guys up. Nobody watching the quarterback. They got a little bit. Let's go get Andrew Luck. Happiness. And when you do that, you get out of your rush lanes. We said earlier, Andrew Luck has it all. One of those things he can do is run if you allow him to.
Last play before the 2-minute warning. Luck stays in the pocket. Goes to the end zone to a wide open T.Y. Hilton. Hilton got away from Cortez Allen for a 28-yard touchdown.
Boy, he held the football. He gets hit. There's a wide open receiver in the middle, but says to heck with it. He waits and takes another big hit. That time it was by Jason Worlds. Look at this. Moncrief wide open, but he throws it outside. What an adjustment by T.Y. Hilton. He made it look easy, didn't he?
Boy, Hilton, his first catch went for 45. This one goes for 28 and a touchdown. We have almost 500 passing yards combined in this game. Each quarterback over 200.
Jim, it's a good day not to be a defensive back.
T.Y. Hilton and Antonio Brown grew up together down in Miami. His kids playing youth football. They're both on the board. T.Y. Hilton was just hauled in a 28-yard.
Well, what did he tell us last night? I asked him, hey, T.Y., what's your favorite route? And he just, every time he said one, it was always really deep. Oh, I run a post, a go, this, down the sideline deep.
28-yard pass from Luck for the touchdown. And that's over the head. And a touchback.
Well, how do you get open deep? You got good speed, top of your screen, and you deceive the defense. This little flinch inside, and Cortez Allen bites. And look how, and then he finds a way to adjust for the football. And Andrew Luck, oh my gosh, Worlds gets knocked down.
Yeah, got knocked down by Fleener. Then he still got back up and got a shot in on Luck.
Well, Luck can stand in there as good as any quarterback in the NFL and still throw the football accurately down the field.
All 3 timeouts for the Steelers with 1:56 to go in the half. There's Brown. And he tried to somehow make a sidestep off the defender, got 6.
They have, they have so many little plays, kind of like the Denver Broncos now, where they can get the drive started with these quick, short throws to wide receivers outside.
On 2nd and 4, another quick throw. And Miller has the first down out to about the 36.
Well, they tried to trick him with a little blitz, and Ben Roethlisberger was ready. The blitz came by Heath Miller, nobody covering. Freeman can't get there quick enough, so good execution by the Steelers offense.
Picks up 10, now with 1:10 to go in the half. And they'll take the underneath. Stiff arm by Bell, who gets out of bounds after the 6-yard game. 1:03 to go. Again, the Verizon halftime report's coming up. JB and the crew will take us around the league. Get us updated on Oakland and Cleveland with the Browns up 9-6 in that one.
No pressure still on Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, how about that?
Well, 24 of those are last week, so that's very, very misleading. Here's Roethlisberger open at the 45, and Brown takes it to the 40. Now there's a timeout called by Pittsburgh. That was an 18-yard throw. Antonio has another 5-catch game. What a streak he's got going in that department.
Yeah, it's another blitz, and these Steeler receivers, they're telling the league now, listen, teams, it's still a long way to go. And we always know you got to get hot at a certain time of the year, and then can you sustain it? And the Steelers, this receiving core, it looks entirely different, Jim, than the group we saw in week 2 down in Baltimore.
Well, you know, they've got a head coach that knows something about playing that position.
Yeah, that's right.
He was quite a talent himself in college.
He can pick them himself, too. As you know, all the receivers that have gone through here, it's amazing. You know, they lost. Well, how about Emmanuel Sanders? Just losing him. And then now you look at this receiving core, and they got something of everything. Big, fast, small, quick. And, of course, a quarterback and a running back, they can really make it go.
Yeah, and William and Mary, Tomlin averaged a school record 20.5 yards per catch on his career. 56 seconds to go. Roethlisberger's pass in the direction of Martavis Bryant.
He had him just, hey, look, it's late in the first half. You got a lead. So you don't throw anything. You play it on the safe side. That's why he missed Bryant way to the outside.
Do these numbers sound familiar? Roethlisberger 22 of 25 on the game. I know that rings a bell.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
It does, but 4 touchdowns, not 3.
That's right. Well, so there you go. That's it.
Yeah, those were Phil's numbers in his MVP performance in the Super Bowl. As Bell picks up about 6.
It's something. Even that run, we saw Timmons hit the guard as he pulled around, and just even there, catch the ball, deliver the blow, and that's why the Steelers are up, Jim. They're being more physical and just out hitting the Colts and making plays.
They have 1 timeout now as they exercise a 2nd timeout. And 44 seconds to go. A 3rd down coming up. I'm talking about in Roethlisberger's case, 318 yards in the first half.
Man.
We've had some deep ball action today on each side. Each side has had a completion, 2 completions of 45 plus.
Look at that. 533 yards of throwing here in the first half. Yeah, it's kind of fun, isn't it? We were talking about during the break, when you see all these long passes down the field, the crowd kind of goes quiet because they're anticipating what's going to happen. It's fun to see it. Don't see it every week in this league where 2 quarterbacks air it out deep down the field.
3rd and 4. And incomplete. That is Gordy, who denies the pass to Lance Moore.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger didn't get a second look because there's a blitz coming from his right. That was legal. Kept his hands on him inside the 5 yards. And then cuts in front and uses it. Great technique by Josh Gordon.
Interesting, they're not going to go with the squeeze and field goal attempt, which would be about 52 yards.
50.
It's pretty risky. This could be a quick kick by Ben Roethlisberger.
4th and 4.
He's going to kick it.
You got it. And the kick is blocked. And the Colts fall on it at the 35.
His drop, his shotgun snap, he was a little deeper than he usually is. That's why I said, okay, I thought he was going to try that because the play didn't make sense. 35-17, don't risk it.
You saw all the Colt defenders before the ball was snapped pointing like, hey, he's going to punt it. Is anybody beware of him back there?
Oh, that's Newsome. Well, he flashes. When you watch it, Jonathan Newsome just, he makes about 2 or 3 plays every single game. Well, that gives the Colts just, hey, timeouts.
Yeah, they've got
35 seconds.
All 3 of them. And again, they could have tried a 52-yard field goal and squeeze them.
Well, Tracy said before the game, wind could be a factor.
Here's what, all kinds of time. And all that's there is the little pass to Fleener for 4.
Yeah, so say good job, call the timeout right away. It always takes longer to get up and get set and run a play than you think it will. And there's that wind up top, Jim. I think you actually told me, squeeze him. Has he made one over 50?
No, the last time he made a field goal of 50 plus was in 2012 at Tennessee.
There you go. And it is amazing, this open end of the stadium. We've done many games here, and how I guess there's just something up there. Maybe there's a breeze that you can't feel on the field. We've seen many field goals missed going towards what I call the open end.
And they were afraid to try it for fear of a miss, giving the Colts the ball at about the 42. They end up, of course, blocking the pooch punt of Roethlisberger's anyway. And now with 2 timeouts and 28 seconds. Left, deep down the field. It's Hilton. Hilton down to the 21. Another deep pass in this game. This one for 40. And a timeout, Indianapolis.
So well designed, and it takes a quarterback with courage. A lot of things to say. You're going to see number 10 go across, and then right behind comes T.Y. Hilton. And the underneath coverage, all they did was move towards Moncrief, and Andrew Luck, when he threw it, I said, what is he doing? Right on the target. Man.
And as I mentioned, these two grew up together in the Miami area playing youth football together.
I'd like to have been that young quarterback throwing to those guys down there.
About that, they've got 3 touchdowns between them.
What did T.Y. Hilton tell us last night? I said, hey, tell me about your speed. Oh, I'm faster now than I was when I came in the league. And, hey, he's learned under Reggie Wayne. I think when you get a chance to learn under Reggie Wayne, you're going to pick up some good habits, which he did.
Again, Reggie Wayne, as we mentioned at the top, inactive because of an elbow injury. Luck steps away from the pressure, and he's down to the 9-yard line. And the timeout called at 12.
Boy, another good job. The pressure, they're all there. The offensive line of the the Indianapolis Colts, it's athletic. So that time they showed it. They made the adjustments and opened up the lane against the pass rushers for Luck to move.
So they're out of timeouts, Bill. 12 seconds to go. 1st and goal at the 9.
Well, you know what they're going to do. They want to do this. 2 plays to give themselves 2 chances. Throw it in the end zone, and if it's not there quick, rip it out of bounds and try the second play. 3 points, Jim, gets them within 2 scores. And not only that, just the mentality. How much better you're going to feel. Give up 35 points and say, we're not even out of this at halftime.
You saw Reggie Wayne on the sideline. Here we go with 12 seconds. Moncrief in motion. To the end zone and over the head of Hilton. That took 5 seconds.
Steelers used to be great at this defense. They all just sit back and they kind of surround the receivers. It's a shell. Just kind of watch, he moves in, you see him up top, and they read the quarterback.
Time for one more play here. Again, you can't take the sack. You got no timeouts. And
yeah,
Luck, such a smart quarterback, he knows that. Has a word with Fleener before he steps back into the shotgun. Bradshaw split wide to the left. What a turn of events this could be as Pittsburgh failed to score at the other end. And with seconds to go, Luck better hurry, and he just takes the throw away. But a flag is out with 1 second on the clock. Roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 97 defense. Contact to the quarterback's helmet. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Still going to bring out Vinatieri.
Cameron Hayward put that hand up there on Andrew Luck's helmet. Not really going to have a bearing on this scoring chance, but that was close, Jim. He had to hold the ball both times, and it almost backfired. 1 second left.
Yeah, he knew he was running out of time, so he just launched it over the head and incomplete. So Vinatieri made one on the game's first drive from 31. This one a real chippy from about 23. McAfee on the hold, and the Colts put 3 on the board going into the locker room. Hey, we've got the first game in 7 years in this league in which both quarterbacks were over 250 yards passing in the first half.
Well, it was exciting, I'll say that. It was fun to watch, and I think we're going to see more of this in the second half.
6 touchdown passes between the two quarterbacks, plus a pick 6. And let's go down to Tracy.
Thanks, Jim. Coach, you hold them to 3 there, but by far the best this team has started all season. What's been the biggest difference?
Well, we're faced with a big challenge today. Indianapolis Colts got a dynamic offense and a good team, and I think our guys are responding to this point.
What do you need to do to keep it up here, though, in the second half?
We just got to continue to possess the football. These guys, you know, they're the best in the league at possessing the football, and it produces yards and points. We got to win the time of possession here in the second half.
Thanks a lot. Jim?
That was a big point of emphasis by Mike when we met with him this week. We want to win time of possession this week. And they got 18-12 advantage.
Pretty good. They did a lot of good stuff in the first half, no doubt.
Got a 35-20 lead. 45 points in the second quarter alone by these teams. Back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. We just watched the highest scoring first half in the NFL since 2010. And I cannot wait to see the pace of the second half, what it'll bring.
Well, they needed a little break, get rested up to go here in the second half, but it was interesting. What was really interesting, how many footballs traveled so far down the field and had success.
There's McAfee. Once again, as customary, delivers the touchback. After all this passing in the first half, are we going to see something just like that in the second half, you think?
Well, I think both teams would like to try to get control of the game. In other words, slow the pace down a little bit to help their defense. That's what you want to do. And, you look at the Indianapolis Colts, can they find a way to get some pressure to slow Pittsburgh's offense down? I don't know. All the blitzes they tried about everything, and nothing worked.
So Ben coming off of 320 yards and 4 touchdowns. No picks. Facing a defense without Vontae Davis to start the third quarter. And Bell has got 5 before he shoved out of bounds. Let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, thanks, Jim. I had a chance to speak with Chuck Pagano coming out of half, and Phil, it's just what you said. They need to pressure Ben Roethlisberger more. And as for Andrew Luck, he said he's a tough son of a gun. He said, but we need to protect him more. And guys, just an update on Vontae Davis. He is officially out for the game.
Oh, there you go. And just one of the reasons why Roethlisberger had over 300 yards passing in the first half for the first time in his career. And he's looking long. And he's got a man one-on-one coverage, and it's just out of reach for Antonio Brown.
I did expect some of this today. That we saw at that time. Again, Ben Roethlisberger gets to look and keep looking down the field. Look how long it takes Bryant. He bends in, goes back out and down the field, but keeps some people in the backfield. Why? So Ben Roethlisberger can get extra time to throw those type of passes.
Ben thinks could have had that one maybe. Toller was the coverage corner on that.
It is Colts defense. They put a lot of pressure on their corners. They have those responsibilities one-on-one all the time.
3rd and 5. And they get the first down. And it's Brown. Again, Toller defending. Gain of 9.
Well, they came with the blitz, but the timing was just terrible. Here it comes. Sergio Brown, it's just so long that Ben Roethlisberger just rocks back, has off coverage on the outside. It makes a nice throw.
Brown's over 100, and he's now advanced his streak to 23 straight games with at least 5 catches and at least 50 yards. He's well past those numbers today with 6 for 102 and 2 touchdowns. There's Bell. Met at the line of scrimmage.
Jim, they did a good job. We talked about Le'Veon Bell, just his running style. It is amazing. And then catch it. Oh, let's take a little freeze so I can take a picture and then decide where to run. And it doesn't look like that when you watch it. It keeps his shoulders square, so all of his options are open, left, right, and straight ahead. And again, all this great throwing in this offense at 35 points, this offensive line has been terrific here today.
2nd and 10. And it's a catch for a first down by Wheaton.
Well, how was that throw? You're talking about just being on, and his rhythm of throwing the football. Roethlisberger is great. Darius Butler right there. But the throw, the anticipation, and just drove it down the field with ease.
We got Redding on one knee, the 12-year defensive lineman.
I don't think he was really sure he was going to come back and play, Jim, and they needed him, wanting to, and he got in great shape. We talked about he had lost some weight. It has been such a tremendous factor to their defensive line. You look at him there, he was an All-American linebacker in high school, went to the University of Texas, and they slowly moved him down the line from linebacker to defensive end to defensive tackle.
We spent time there at Baltimore with Chuck Pagano.
That's right.
Now he's going to receive some treatment on the sideline. They also have Eric Walden, and that Colts defense out with a hip injury and not expected to return, is the word we hear. 1st and 10. And Sergio Brown takes down Miller after a catch for 5.
Well, they're just doing a great job today, like Mike Tomlin said, and said to Tracy Wolfson right before halftime. Controlling the tempo, control the clock, time of possession, and just keeping the Colts defense completely off guard. First down throw.
As he calls it, possess the ball.
Yes.
Possess the ball. He's very concerned about the fact that Indianapolis leads the league by a mile, really.
Oh, yeah.
Average plays per game, time of possession, #1 coming into the week.
Well, Jim, we're seeing here the Colts defense. Everybody is affected by fatigue when you stay out in the field too long.
Timeout called by the Steelers. About all the throws down the field we've had in this game by each side.
Yeah, and every variety. Look it off, get the guy open, perfect design to get the touchdown.
These aren't even the long ones here. These are the short ones. I was talking about the 50-yarders down the field.
Well, there's a nice lob down the field on a scramble by Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, I know there's been some just arch it up in the air. Like that one, what an adjustment. It's like going back to the days when I was growing up, I'd turn on the late game, and who would it be? Daryl LaMonica.
Yeah, those old AFL West games.
Lynn Dawson and
John Hadel.
John Hadel, yes. Who we missing?
Yeah.
We're missing something.
Yeah.
I can't think of it.
Hey, watch that pull, man.
You got it covered.
Okay.
Second and 5. And Brown's going to be taken down for a loss by Toller. Behind the line, loss of 3. I know you were trying to do a little inventory of the AFL West.
Yeah, I was.
And, you know, we got Dawson in there. You got LaMonica. You got Hadel. So that's the first play on either side today for negative yards.
Well, here's what they thrive on. We've talked about it, 3rd and 7+ when it gets to this situation where you can give them a defense they're maybe not ready for to get pressure on Ben Roethlisberger.
Team's first. 30-second timeout.
Timeout called by the Colts. By the way, Saturday, triple header time, college football on CBS, first Air Force and Army. And then it's that rivalry game that you love to see every year. Florida tangling with Georgia, and in primetime, the Fighting Irish stack up with the Midshipmen. All right here on CBS.
Well, you got people hurt, Jim, and that's what has happened is too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's a good timeout. 12 is back there. by Chuck Pagano. But injured defensive players, sometimes the substitutions, you get messed up. Who's going in and out, and it costs them a timeout, which is a big deal. Second half when you trail by 15 points.
Each team's already burnt a timeout. 3 minutes and 41 seconds into the third. Will Jackson looked like he wanted to blitz. Now he backs up. Here
He's going to.
3rd and 8. Wide open. And look at Miller go to the 10, down to the 4. Josh Gordy saved the touchdown. The 49-yard pass play, Roethlisberger to Miller.
Well, Miller's going to be over here and go over the middle, but watch again, it's the blitz. So they blitz, and they let him go free. Why? 2 people chase the receiver across the field. And that's why you get in those formations to make the defense make those adjustments.
It's Bell, and he's pushed back about halfway there. Mike Adams the first to grab hold of him.
The Colts talked about the bunch, 3 receivers together, what you have to do. You got an injured player out. It changes everything, and they messed up the rules for the second time today. And they were fortunate that it didn't result in a touchdown. Now, of course, you hope to hold them to 3.
Let's see if Roethlisberger, though, has designs on a 5-touchdown pass game. He has 1 in his career.
449 yards here today by the Steelers offense.
2nd and goal. Roethlisberger drops it in the air, and it's caught for a touchdown, and there it is, number 5 for Ben. Martavis Bryant with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Well, you love big receivers once you get down inside the 10. Why? So you can throw passes just like this. Really good job initially by Josh Gordy. He gets contact, but Bryant secures it.
How about this kid? Comes onto the scene last week against Houston's first ever NFL catch, goes for a 35-yard touchdown in the back of the end zone. And now he's got 2 touchdowns in his 2nd career game. He's making this offense, giving them a lot more options, giving them a vertical threat.
Yeah, well, they're hoping he can draw some coverage, open up the running game even more, and Antonio Brown, and I think it's going to happen.
All set up by this play to Miller. And the fireworks continue in the second half here in Pittsburgh. We're back for the Colts. First possession of the second half. Down 22.
50, long ball, long 50, long 50.
Coming in riding a 5-game win streak. It's Bradshaw. That wiggle leaves 2 Steelers behind. And eventually adds up to a 12-yard gain.
And we talked to Andrew Luck, and he even said it. Hey, there's nothing like you as a quarterback in the NFL when you're young. You learn to love the check down to the back because they can do this for you sometimes. And get rid of the football, avoid hits, and get the defensive line discouraged a little bit. The Steelers, they're hyped up emotionally for many reasons, but they keep hitting the quarterback. So that drives you. Pep Hamilton, I'm sure at halftime, it's like Tracy Wolfson said, they need to protect Andrew Luck better.
First down. Steps up, throws it long with a flag out. Intended for Nix.
Prior to the pass being thrown, illegal contact. Defense, number 43. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Troy Polamalu, number 43. Well, he came across. Yeah, takes a shot. That is illegal. Pass to 5 yards.
About 8 yards past the line of scrimmage. As Hilton got sandwiched between the 2 defenders, and watch Luck. He almost got hit there, tucked it under, as Worlds fell to the ground and then was able to recover and step it up and throw it long.
And you know what's amazing? His eyes never leave downfield.
And like you said, he never flinches. He set it down and almost intercepted. Intended for Fleener.
Well, there was pressure again. Jason Worlds back there, but let's watch what he's done today so far. It's amazing they've scored 20 points on the ground. It's saved, tough hit from behind when you don't even know it's coming. And we had a lot of plays to choose from, which ones to show when he was getting hit. He had a couple of them right to the chest and straight to the ground.
Again, this Indianapolis team has Trent Richardson active. He and Bradshaw have usually split duties, but we haven't seen Richardson, even though he's dressed for the game. And Locke in trouble again. Taken down. James Harrison in there, as well as Worlds and Shazier.
How about that? They were expecting pressure. They got it. They have two people in the backfield, and they still can't stop it. It's from the outside against Cherilus. Jason Worlds. Speed. And what Dick LeBeau says about him, Andrew Luck did lose the football, and he somehow got it back.
Wow. Left his hand, but never left his side.
But Jason Worlds has many moves now, not like before when he had one.
3rd and 19. Down the field to Moncrief. And just out of range as again Luck takes his licks.
Well, look at Luck's uniform. Just look, that tells you the story. There's grass on the back of the shoulder, on the back of his legs, and all over the front. And this pressure, why is it important? If they're not there around him, he is going to hit that pass down the field for a big gain.
That could be the punt. Antonio Brown back for the Steelers.
He's been in the league 2.5 years, and you've always remarked at how he's able to take so many hits and just keep on getting it without missing any time. Brown, and the return out to the 22. A strong young man right there.
No doubt about it. He's built to take a beating, and he's taken one today.
Learn more, NFL.com/mobile. Steelers with their second handle of the second half. They drove for a touchdown on the first. Oh, and this dropped by Bryant this time.
Little zone read play. They got him going. They got him up there trying to stop everything. So beautiful route outside by Bryant. He took his time.
2nd and 10.
It's not one of those, oh, if he'd have caught it, he was going all the way. But it was another big gain.
Yeah, it was going to be
20 yards at least.
20 plus. Bryant, who comes out of the draft in the 4th round, while his old Clemson teammate Sammy Watkins went in the 1st round. Bills trading up for him as Blunt gets to the 27. Let's go back to James Brown in New York for an NFL update.
Hey, Jim, here's one that was not dropped.
Here's Nick Foles on a fake screen. Find Jeremy Maclin over the top for the 54-yard touchdown. Jeremy Maclin, 9 catches, 157, 2 TDs. Philadelphia back on top, 17-14.
That's like a Phil Simms pass in the basket. Back to Jim Nance.
By Maclin. And that one out in Arizona against a pair of 5-1 teams.
Another good situation for the defense. They have not cashed in. They cannot get to the quarterback.
3rd and 7. Going to stop him short of the first. That tackle by Mike Adams.
Jim, they gave up. They just said, all right, no more blitzing. And just play coverage and play something different where they can run and make the tackle. Only 4 rushers. And Adams did exactly what the defense was designed to do, tackle him short of the first down.
It was Wheaton with the catch. Ben still shaking his head. He knew he had a big gain. And that was dropped by Bryant at the start of that drive.
Steelers kind of giving the Colts a little dose of their medicine, changing formations to see if they'll adjust.
Brad Wing, the Australian punter for the Steelers, to Whalen at the 15. And a 16-yard run back by Whalen after a 54-yard punt. Will Johnson finished it off. The Steelers chairman, Dan Rooney, there he is. He was a fine high school quarterback in his day. In fact, was second team all Pittsburgh behind Johnny Unitas.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. It's not a bad guy to be behind, is it?
No. And now, of course, they're side by side in the Hall of Fame. The late, great Johnny Unitas and all of his Colts history as Luck. As Moncrief for a gain of 11. And we're going to go right back to JP in New York with the update.
Take a look at Cleveland.
Brian Hoyer finds Andrew Hawkins for the 4-yard TD reception coming off a McFadden fumble. Cleveland takes the lead, extends their lead 16-6.
Jim Nance.
As the Browns, thank you fellas, trying to get to 4-3 on the season in a very tightly bunched, very competitive AFC North. Luck's pass dropped. That was Moncrief again.
Well, how do you stop this Colts offense? You try to pressure the quarterback, and that's what they've done. Look at the number of people coming, 7. Not enough time for him to get the football and see what's happening down the field. I think I learned something here today. When you go against a high-powered offense, you worry about your defensive backs. You can't sit back and hope they throw in completions. In this league, good quarterbacks eat up passive defenses, so they have attacked, and it's worked.
He's been sacked twice, but he's been knocked down 7 other times. He's got Hilton. Hilton spin move, picks up the first down.
There was a blitz. Good job that time picking up Shazier, who was coming in. T.Y. Hilton stacking behind a tight end, give him that free release, gets down the field fast.
Hilton now 4 catches, 127 yards, and a touch. We got Griff Whalen in at the top of the screen in a 4-receiver formation. Inside 6 minutes to go in the third, and right on time this time. That's the completion back to Hilton.
What a hit. What a job staying in the pocket once again. Lawrence Timmons. You know, when these defensive linemen or linebackers, when they hit the quarterback like that, the first thing they do is look up. You mean you got rid of the ball? It's got to be frustrating. What a throw to an in-cut. Taking a hit like Andrew Luck did that time.
And puts Luck over 300 for the 6th straight game, and that's a Colts now franchise record. He's hit again on the throw. He came in tied for the Indianapolis team record with Peyton with 5 straight 300-yard performances, but now with that last completion to Hilton, he's got 6 straight and 7 out of 8 games this season.
Well, I was pretty impressed with this offensive line. Now, whatever you're thinking of, if you're on the Colts side, Pep Hamilton calling the plays, you, Andrew Luck, and everybody else, it's pretty evident. Expect blitz because they're attacking you every play.
Go.
2nd and 10. Ball pulled down by Moncrief to the 20. Gain of 7. McCain rides him down.
Pretty good job. You can hear Jonathan Harrison, the center, making the calls. Well, it's when you're getting beat up front and you're behind, of course, you're going to have a lot more passes than you are run.
3rd and 3 from the Pittsburgh 21. Bouncing off the hit, Moncrief. That move got him close to the first. He was able to somehow sidestep Polamalu right after the catch, and they've given him the first down. They've already signaled.
Well, that was close. I think if he wouldn't have got it, I was getting ready to say they're going to go for it on 4th down. 42-20.
4 down.
You need 3 touchdowns. And you got to go on the fact that you can't think you're going to shut out the Steelers offense the rest of the way.
First down. They're coming after Luck again, and it's incomplete. Flag is out. That was headed toward Nix.
The linebackers have got the blitzing going for Pittsburgh again.
Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Defense. Number 25. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
He called it on McCain, corner.
Ryan Shazier, I think that's who it is. 25 right there in the middle, hit him in the face. Watch the blitz, watch Bradshaw. Oh, that's Lawrence Timmons. How quick they're just getting by these backs, making Andrew Luck move, and when you move, all you do is walk into more trouble.
Of course, Bradshaw's had to go almost the entire game, as Richardson has not seen a snap today. They give it to him on the draw. What a nice second move, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Ahmad Bradshaw.
He is nothing but he's energy. That's what he is. Him and Trent Richardson both, they run every play like it's their last. And a good job of not getting impatient. There's the block. Costanzo moves his man down inside. Muhart keeps the block. It allows Bradshaw to wait and break it left to get the touchdown.
That's his 8th touchdown. Here we are, game number 8. It's interesting, only the second time it's been a rush touchdown, as he has 6 by reception. But it's a 42-27 game with 3:38 to go in the third. Ahmad Bradshaw finds the end zone for Indianapolis. They got 6 first downs. Eventually the touchdown by Bradshaw. And it's a shootout here in Pittsburgh. 42-27, still in the third. As McAfee sends it through the end zone. Well, to the back anyway. Early headlines on a wild day around the league. Seattle wins at Carolina. Got the winning touchdown. Wilson to Wilson in the final 50 seconds. Gronk had 3 touchdown catches today. Brady threw for 5 in the win over the Bears. And they pushed Dalton across for the winning touchdown today as the Bengals defeat the Ravens to take the lead in a very exciting division race.
Next Sunday should be, I think, a little fun to watch.
Wow. That'll be, once again, Manning and Brady in New England. Doubleheader game to almost the entire nation next Sunday as Roethlisberger finds his man. He was down, I thought, Hayward Bay, but the ball, maybe not. Adams has the recovery. They say Indianapolis football.
He jumped up pretty fast. Did anybody take him to the ground or touch him on the way down? Jim, it is a turnover. Of course, that's reviewable.
Drilling on the field is a catch. After the catch, the runner ran, was not touched, and was not down by contact. Indianapolis ball, 1st and 10.
Not touched like John Perry was just now by Antonio Brown by accident, but here is the man who played for the Colts a year ago, Hayward Bay.
85 going across.
He was not touched
Not
down.
touched. That's a really clean look at it.
Yeah, and Adams has the recovery.
Just getting ready to say, once again, plenty of time to throw. It was a blitz. Oh, nice job. Darius Butler reached in front and punched the football out.
Sure did. He stuck a hand in there and just popped it right out. Hayward Bay, who came into the league as a high pick, 1st-round pick of the Raiders, found his way to the Colts last year, and
he's off the ground.
Just punched out of the hands of Hayward Bay, and that is now confirmed. Colts football at the Steelers 36. Flags are down as Luck is taken down by Kiesel and company. And Hayward.
There's 2 fouls into play. They'll offset. We'll replay. 1st down. Holding. Offense. Number 74. Illegal use of hands. Defense. Number 43. Penalties will offset. Replay. 1st down.
So the offset means no sack.
Troy Polamalu on the defensive side. Anthony Costanzo, here's 74. There's the hold. Luck steps up, gets sacked, and Polamalu down the field. Hit him in the face as he took off. Boy, those are tough calls when you touch that face mask. We see it called a lot. They don't let them go. So you know the rules before you start.
Incomplete. Thrown toward Dwayne Allen.
Well, Brett Kiesel, Jim, there he is again. We said it, back in game shape. Just running games. In other words, they're switching positions at the snap of the ball, and they're going so fast and hard. Watch 99 go around. Here he comes, and they get in on Luck every time. It's like watching the Steelers of 15 years ago. Linebackers, linemen crossing, a lot of blitzing.
Rid of it quickly to Moncrief. And he's got a 5-yard pickup. Moncrief, who had 9 catches on the season coming in, getting a lot more action in this one with Reggie Wayne out for the game. That's his 6th reception for 82 yards. Rookie from Ole Miss. 3rd and 5. Luck down the field, and it is caught for a touchdown by Moncrief. His first NFL touchdown.
Well, we asked the coaches and all the players and Andrew Luck, you know, Reggie Wayne's out. They go, don't worry, we're ready for it. They've done it before, and just the speed and waits to the last second to react to the football. So Cortez Allen never saw the football coming because he played a little possum until the last second.
That's 2 long balls for touchdowns that have been given up by Cortez Allen.
But it's 3rd, and you think they're going to throw it underneath. They're going to pick up the 1st down. That's not how they operate. That was 4-down territory, too. You know, if they wouldn't have picked that up, they were going to go for it for sure on 4th down. Now, puts the pressure on the Steelers offense. And they're sitting there going, Jim, we got 42 points, and we're sweating this out.
Yep, the point after snap was high again. 2 touchdowns in a 63-second span. Moncrief joins Hilton now with over 100 yards receiving and the touchdown.
It was just a laser down the field. I mean, these 2 guys, both quarterbacks, are absolutely flushing almost every single throw right on target.
3rd touchdown pass of the game for Andrew Luck. And Ben says, what do we got to do?
Yeah, well, you got to keep scoring. You know, the opening game of the year, it was almost similar to this out in Denver for this Indianapolis Colts team. You think, well, it's over. They just keep coming at you. You know, and you've said it many times. Luck doesn't flinch in the pocket. They got the speed, and they throw so many footballs down the field. It's unnerving, especially, Jim, with the rules that you see out there now, where you can't touch these receivers.
You talk about that opener against Denver. They're down 21 in that game. Ended up pulling within 7 and had the possession right at the very end, driving
in Denver territory.
And then Denver's rookie Bradley Roby deflected away a pass down the field to Reggie Wayne that would have put him even closer in a new set of downs to preserve the win for the Broncos. And Roethlisberger comes back out to the 20. Still 2:35 to play, 3rd quarter. And we remind you, Week 8 continues with Sunday Night Football tonight on NBC with Green Bay and New Orleans, and ESPN tomorrow night, the Redskins and the Cowboys.
Total yard, oh my gosh, way over 800. This is like watching a Saturday afternoon college football game somewhere where you can't even look at the numbers because you can't believe it.
Play action. Roethlisberger, time, and now dumps. The pass to Bell. Zigzags out for about 17, maybe 18.
Well, you know, it takes so long now for Ben Roethlisberger to throw the football. He could have thrown it across the field there as a receiver, but he doesn't want to take a chance. So the longer it takes, everybody keeps dropping back, and those little short passes pick up first downs.
This Steelers offense has made mistakes its last 2 drives of this quarter. First, it was the Bryant drop that would have gone for big yardage.
You're right.
And then there was the fumble the next time they had the football by Hayward Bay. So they might have a chance to get back in rhythm since taking the first series of the second half down the field for a touchdown. There's a tackle for a 2-yard loss. Getting in on Bell was Jean-Francois.
I've been waiting to call his name, you know. Been practicing. He was ready for it, but you took it. But again, Sergio Brown, safety up there, trying to block. Go ahead, what?
Go ahead. You speak French, so
I do. I took 2 years. Jean-Francois. Didn't say I learned it real well, but I took 2 years of French.
2nd and 12.
Felt kind of good.
Maybe he'll have another chance. As Roethlisberger on 2nd and 12. Runs it. Knocked away. Incomplete by Freeman. Miller looked like he might have a chance to pick up a big gain.
He did. The football was right on target, but Jarrell Freeman, number 50, well, nice adjustment by him. He hits his arm to make him drop the pass. But Roethlisberger, just talking to him, you know, Jim, he just said last Monday night against Houston, the football was flying out of his hand. He had such great control, and of course you can see that here today.
That throw had to feel pretty good. It was on target.
Gives you great confidence. You trust your decisions when you throw well.
3rd and 12. They're going to pick up the first down as Miller has it in his grasp, this time at the 50.
Again, nobody around him. They all chase the receivers inside. Just watch the blocking. Step up, nobody around him. And he just can he's stepping in just about every single throw. They're getting there fast, and they are dead on target.
You know, we saw Corey Redding hobble to the sideline earlier. There he is back in for that Colts defense. New set of downs. It's an end around that almost got stopped right away. It's Brown. Steps out after 5. It was Redding who almost destroyed that play right at the point of the reverse. That's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd. Can't wait for the 4th. 42-34. Back after this message and a word from your local station. It's all in a day. It's been all in 3 quarters. You've seen a lot of things happening here. And we still have 15 minutes to go in this wild one at Heinz Field.
Yeah, we're just watching 2 absolutely elite quarterbacks just throw it to the top of their ability. It's been an awesome display of throwing and catching football.
2nd and 5. And it's Bell trying to break away, and he does. Could have lost 2, but gains 3.
It just changed everything. That difference between losing yards and gaining a couple.
And look who had him for a loss.
Jean-Francois. Is that why you didn't say it?
I told you you'd have another chance.
Yeah,
I had to leave it open for you there, partner.
But then it goes back to what Mike Tomlin said about Le'Veon Bell. He doesn't get tired. He showed it on that play. 4th quarter, a lot of action, still breaking tackles. You got to blitz if you're the Colts.
3rd and 2. Trying to drop it into Brown, and it cannot quite pull it in. But the flag, it comes out on Darius Butler.
Pass interference, defense, number 20. Grabbing the receiver's arm. Automatic first down. Spot of the fumble.
Well, it was a blitz in the slot. Here they go down the field.
That's the first penalty on the Colts defense today. Remember, the special teams had one on a field goal that ended up being a 4-point penalty. The Steelers scored a touchdown after they took the yardage in the first down and then scored.
Well, the one thing you can say, I mean, it's not every single game, but the officials have been consistent. Touch the face mask of any player, touch the helmet of the quarterback, or impede these receivers at all, and there is no hesitation. That flag comes out. There's just, Jim, there's no downside to throwing the football down the field.
Not today. 2nd and 10. Ben looking for options. He throws it out of bounds. We've got a report from Tracy down on the sideline. Tracy.
Well, thanks, guys. With the Colts defensive injuries, they've been rotating players all game, and now, right now, Ricky Jean-Francois on the sideline getting his left hand checked out. I think he got it caught in Le'Veon Bell's helmet. So right now he's on the sideline, and remember, Arthur Jones hobbling. He didn't start, dealing with the ankle injury, so they're extremely thin on the defensive side right now.
Okay, Tracy, a 3rd and 10 coming up here. If they have to settle for a field goal and make by Sweezum, it's still up it to a 2-score game. 3rd and 10. Roethlisberger with a flag down, has Bryant yet again. No, it's Wheaton this time. In front of Josh Gordy. Pass play went for 13.
Prior to the pass being thrown, illegal contact. Defense, number 27. Penalties declined. Result of the play, first down.
Well, there was contact, and, you know, if it was up to me, it looked like Josh Gordy had his position established, and the receiver ran into him. Greg Minuski, defensive coordinator. Look, he's tried everything you go. Well, they needed to have an adjustment. There's no adjustment. You just got to hope somebody can make a play. He's tried everything, and nothing's worked.
Blunt. On the right side, moving the pile down to about the 5, and the ball at the end might be in the arms of the Colts.
Ruling on the field is a fumble. Recovered by Indianapolis. 1st and 10. 1st and 10.
Boy, they made the announcement through the PA. We were still looking for someone to visually give us the signal. LeGarrette Blount trying to move the pile and fight for it. Has it stripped right out of his hands.
Studebaker got it.
LeGarrette Blount, both hands around the football, and Studebaker still is able to rip it out of there.
Football's already moving, and as it goes to the ground, it's a clear recovery by Studebaker.
Colts take over at the 5. From the end zone. Pass over the head of Fleener. Mitchell on the overthrow almost had a play on the pick.
It came out with another little wrinkle there, the Colts did. Backed up. Not surprised they threw it, but they had an unbalanced line trying to confuse the Steelers' alignment, but they were ready for it.
Roethlisberger and his coordinator on the sideline, not believing the opportunities that let slip away here.
Line 50.
Even with the 42 on the board. And look at the presence of mind of Luck.
Oh, that could be a safety.
And there it is. It's going to be called grounding in the end zone. But Luck's trying to point out there's a receiver over there. call, and there's the safety. Luck trying to make an appeal, but there was a receiver over there.
Well, his foot got stepped on, no question. He's in the end zone. Boy, he almost gets that out there near the receiver. I mean, he's throwing that blindly.
He knows he's in trouble.
Yep.
And just trying to find a way to get rid of it in the direction of a Colt.
He's clearly in zone, almost gets it.
Here you see on the old 22, that's Nix at the top.
Well, there's nobody close enough. He's in the pocket.
So the free kick is coming up. They'll be kicking it to Pittsburgh, now up by 10. We're back in Pittsburgh. We're going to bring in Mike Carey in a moment.
The ruling on the field stands as a safety.
There is some complexity, some nuances to this call right here, Mike Carey, about when the football was released.
Yes, there's two things. First, intentional grounding is not reviewable. So the thing that was reviewable is where was the ball released? If the ball is completely out of the end zone when it leaves his hands, then it would not be a safety. And you'll see right as he starts to throw it, it's just too tight to call. So the ruling on the field stands just like it did.
All right, Mike, thank you. Here's the free kick. It's Antonio Brown. Tripped up at the 33. Well, it's so close. When did the football leave his hands? And was the hand, if you will, outside of the end zone? That's the question.
Yes, and generally the ball comes out right at the top of the throw. And so it was so tight to the end zone. As you watch his right hand, he starts to release. The ball comes forward a little bit further.
Still in the end zone here.
Roll it. There's the ball when the ball comes loose. And it's very, very tight right down the goal line. And so there was not clear evidence that the ball was completely out. Great call on the field and confirmation, at least standing with that call.
All right, well done.
Well, 12.5 to go. Bell. Gliding down the line, but getting no gain. On the Pittsburgh side of the field, how soon did they realize they were going to be the beneficiaries of a safety? Like right away.
Yeah, well, once they saw him on the ground, they knew it was intentional grounding. Like everything else today, you got to sweat it out to make sure that football was not out. But big series for both teams. Steelers, of course, won points, time off the clock. With the Colts, Jim, you got to look at, do they have the energy and even the manpower to stop this offense? Different look, three-man rush.
Empty backfield for Ben. Here's a receiver cutting across. It's Brown for 10. Roethlisberger's 31 yards shy of a 500-yard performance.
Yeah, they keep trying things. Only 3 rushers. Here comes the crosser. Roethlisberger hangs in there. I'll tell you what, that was some adjustment by Antonio Brown. He had to wait. Watch him top of the screen. How long he waits and then runs past him.
And watch where he steps out. They mark him short of the first. They mark him short of the first. So it's 3rd and about a foot. And it's Bell. Picks it up with a gain of 2. Again, this week, Thursday Night Football moves to NFL Network with NFC South action between the Saints and the Panthers. Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on NFL Network only. We'll see you from Charlotte for Carolina and New Orleans Thursday night.
These two.
Three tight ends to the right for the Steelers.
There's an Indy defense that had given up only 4 third-down conversions in 4 weeks. They've given up 7 today. Let's go back to JB in New York.
Cleveland trying to keep things tight in the AFC North.
Oh, yeah, you're going to got Ben Tate for the 5-yard run, putting the nail in the coffin. Cleveland up 23-6.
Jim, Phil, and Tracy.
All right, so the Browns are on their way to a 4-3 record. And if Pittsburgh wins here today, everyone in the AFC North will be above 500.
How about that? Push. Caught him timing there, so he sees Sergio Brown coming on the blitz.
It's going to be a delay of game.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Take a look at that division, the standings, and we have not changed it yet for, of course, Pittsburgh. This one's still on the line, nor Cleveland, even though Cleveland's got a comfortable lead. Cincinnati with a win today, sweeps now the season against Baltimore and leads it at 4-2-1.
That's a big deal. Those sweeps and, tiebreakers.
50-50. Yes, sir.
Starting to get that time of year where you look at those standings a little more as coaches and players.
2nd and 14. And Brown up and around and breaking tackles. And finally decked at the 47. 7-yard gain for Antonio Brown off his 9th catch. 115 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, the Steelers came in here today, many things they wanted to do, control the tempo, make this Colts defense stay on the field, and see how it is to play a full game. Well, they've done that. They wanted to tire him out.
Ben with 475 yards. That's 2nd best in team history, behind his own mark of 503, which he could break. Maybe even right here as Brown dances around and is tackled at the 35, gain of 18.
Well, just so many good things. The protection. Brown drives off, and watch him stop. Oh my gosh, how about the anticipation when he turned, the football hit him. Protection's good. Oh, it's really good. Again, boy, complete follow through by Ben Roethlisberger. If he's thrown it better than this game, I haven't seen it.
No, we've seen a lot of them.
We've seen a lot.
We've seen many of his games.
It's just, boy, Josh Gordy, another defensive back. They're going to have linebackers here soon covering wide receivers.
You talk about how it's a quarterback league. You take Ben's 5 touchdowns, Brady's 5 touchdowns. We saw in person Peyton on Thursday night with 3 touchdowns. Those 3, 13 touchdowns, no picks in this week's action.
Man. And Ben Roethlisberger, I've said this many times, he doesn't get credit about how well he can throw the ball. But they've built this line. He's got receivers. Todd Haley, what a job by him today.
Let's give it to Bell. Or is it Blunt? Down to the 30. Just a reminder, doubleheader action next week. Many early. We'll see San Diego travel to Miami, and then almost the entire nation will see Denver and New England, the AFC Championship game rematch of January 19th. This time at Gillette Stadium. Peyton and Tom one more time. And it all starts with the NFL today at noon Eastern time.
Those numbers, oh my gosh, look at the passing yards. I don't know which one to look at.
I know.
They're all ridiculous.
It's all dazzling.
It is.
2nd and 5 for the Steelers. Approaching 7 minutes to play. Dumps it off in traffic with a flag out. Thrown from the back judge as Miller takes it to the 20.
Yeah, why not? How about an inside screen to the tight end? We've done everything else.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense. Number 20. Penalties declined. Result of the play. First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, LeGarrette Blount's run, Jim, on first down kind of summed it up for me. All this passing yards and everything we've seen today. and it's pretty and it's unbelievable, but really the most physical team wins, and that's been the Steelers so far.
Just had a historic moment. Roethlisberger went over 500 on that play, becoming the first quarterback in history to have 2 500-yard games.
Wow.
You had one of them. There have been very few in the history of the league. He's the only possessor of 2. And first down. Just a gain of 1 for Bell.
Well, this is all about, Jim, all about one thing for this Indianapolis defense. Can you hold them to a field goal to give yourself a chance?
2nd and 9. Steelers.
For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Just a wild game between the Colts and Steelers. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson on site here. 44-34 the score. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. 2nd and 9 for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger. Almost intercepted. It was going in the direction again of Brown, and it bounced off the hands of Mike Adams.
Yeah, a little off target. Coming across the field, 84 Brown gets a hand on it. That's what makes it stay in the air. Just gets a hand on it. Sometimes when a hand has hit the football over the middle, it's always bad news. Kicks it up in the air, and whoever's playing back gets the interception.
And like you said, the Colts have to hold them to no more than a field goal. Critical play right here for this defense. 3rd and 9. Glenn has it. Backing in toward the first, and they mark him just shy.
Boy, they had it. They had the blitz on. They had what they wanted, but they don't bring Blunt down quick enough. Oh, he throws it back shoulder. Where's the spot? Oh, that's a good, boy, right on it. Right there by the, almost to the inch. They get it right.
It'll be 4th down. 4th and about a yard to go. You can bring out Sweezum here and try to make it a 13-point game.
Oh, I think they're going to go for it. They're going to go ahead and
go for the knockout.
Go for the knockout here.
Measurement first. It's about a foot away.
There you go. Many things in play. The quarterback can get under the center. He can read the defensive front. Jimmy can figure out where to run the quarterback sneak. You know, they just don't get the ball and run up the middle. They read where everybody's lined up, and that tells you where to go. They've been winning the line of scrimmage all day long. 2 career 500-yard games.
5-11.
And you know what's good about this? Like, there's nothing cheap. It's been nothing but just one good throw after another.
They're going with their big package here with an extra tight end and Spaeth, the fullback, and Will Johnson. And Blunt is in the huddle as well.
Well, a lot of things at option. They can run it with power. They can run the quarterback sneak, or they could try to draw them off sides, use a timeout, and see the defensive front, and maybe make a decision from there.
Laser, right? Okay.
They're going to crowd. They're looking for the inside run, the quarterback sneak.
Roethlisberger still has it, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, number 6. Ben's greatest day has reached another whole new level. His first ever 6-touchdown game.
Well, Mike Tomlin can smile now, but I guarantee you he was holding on. Here it goes. Here comes the fake. Wants to throw and catch.
How about throwing it on 4th and inches?
Oh.
And
well, listen.
Heath Miller is the recipient of that team record 6-touchdown pass. And a lead is 17 off the extra point by Sweezum.
What a game.
Certainly Todd Haley's finest hour as the coordinator here at Pittsburgh.
I think really now, this is what, after this touchdown, boy, you had to be nervous about throwing it on 4th and short. So that is a big relief to know that you probably have won the football game.
I'd like to welcome the audience that was watching the Browns defeat the Raiders. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, and Tracy Wolfson here in Pittsburgh on an amazing day, which Ben Roethlisberger has set the franchise record with 6 touchdown passes and 522 yards. We're back with 5 minutes to play. Pittsburgh's put up the most points it scored in a game in 30 years. Behind the sensational performance of Roethlisberger, 4th highest total passing yards in one game in the history of the league. Andrew Luck on the field, incomplete. 522, actually tied for 4th with our Boomer Esiason. The all-time record, well, that was 63 years ago. Norm Van Brocklin, September 28th, 1951.
I love this.
For the LA Rams.
You can barely see the field, the lights, but that white football, Norm Van Brocklin can really throw the football.
Was that Thursday Night Football?
It might have been. Well, it's a great moment for Roethlisberger, great moment for Todd Haley, too.
And 2nd and 10, Luck in trouble and just throws it into the ground to avoid the sack as he had Cameron Hayward draped all over him, and another flag is down.
Probably defensive holding, illegal contact, or they just looked at him wrong. That could be a call, too.
Yeah.
Can't give them mean looks.
Did you find that out yourself?
Yeah.
Illegal contact. Defense. Number 94. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down, Indianapolis.
Well, when you play these great quarterbacks or these the group of 5 or 10, whatever you want to see in this league, Jim. That's a little hit to the face, too. James Harrison. But if you don't have a pass rusher or 2 on your front 4 that can get to the quarterback, you're just at the mercy of what goes on. There's so many good receivers. The defensive backs can do very little against them, and they're going to throw and catch.
Yeah, that Pittsburgh offense all totaled over 600 yards now for the day. Here's Luck on the run, and again cuts his losses. And the flag comes out.
It's going to be against the defense.
There is no foul for intentional grounding because the running back was being held. Holding, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's a good job by Andrew Luck. Ahmad Bradshaw, the running back. There's the holding. They see the screen's going to happen, so James Harrison grabbed him.
Ready.
New set of downs for Luck. Perfect pass to Whalen. His old Stanford teammate is near the 50. Gain of 18.
Well, there's no just, oh, let's run out the clock and let this game in. They're going to keep trying to get this thing down the field and score. Pep Hamilton, offensive coordinator.
And thrown down by Vince Williams.
Kind of a good illustration right here, Jim. When the Steelers just play normal, they rush and play zone. I know it's late in the game, they're a little softer, but this is what would happen. So all day long, they were hitting Andrew Luck. Why? Well, because they were blitzing and giving lots of pressure looks.
With 4 minutes to play, Luck stands in there and finds Whalen with a flag on the field. Whalen's second catch in a 3-play sequence. And it might be a holding call.
Offense.
It is.
Number 74. 10-yard penalty replay. Second down.
Anthony Costanzo, left tackle, saw him getting beat around the corner, or it looked like he was. Look at 74. Pretty tough call.
He said he had a hold of Moats.
Had a Moats, that's right. Because Moats was getting so low, which they do a lot of times on the outside, they're going to go down if you put pressure on them. And that's what it looked like that time.
Here's the lineup tonight on CBS. All new, 60 Minutes. The new hit drama, Madam Secretary, The Good Wife, and CSI. All new tonight on America's #1 network. 2nd and 13. They go draw. They go Bradshaw. Breaks a tackle. He's got 11 back.
Bradshaw, the ball carrier.
Third, we'll call it 2. And that's Whalen for the first down.
Pass complete to Whalen.
Good call that time. Just pick up the first down. Top of your screen. What do? That's how you play it. William Gay way off of the receiver. Why? Short plays don't hurt you. Quick scores do. You know, the Steelers here in a situation like this, don't take a chance. They're not going to blitz.
Mike 9-4, Lenny. Lenny 9-8, Lenny. Apple. No.
The first down. The lock, bodies all over him. The ball came out of the hand, wobbling after the contact on the quarterback.
It was like these Steelers there again. We saw a little cross blitz inside, so I was a little wrong there for sure. But hesitate, the pressure. Gets his arm hit as he's throwing it. Kind of looks like, remember Thursday night we did Phillip Rivers, kind of like Andrew Luck. They look down the field, they just feel the rush. They know how to move and feel the people around them. Over 1,000 yards here in today's game.
2nd and 10. There's T.Y. Hilton. And he dives across to make sure he has the first down.
Pass complete to Hilton.
Hilton with his 6th catch for 156 and a touchdown. And by the way, Luck just went over 400 with that throw.
Well, they're getting great. Listen, if they don't win the game, they're getting great practice. More repetitions and throwing the football. Luck looked left, came all the way across the field to his right to get the completion.
Here's Luck heading to the end zone, and it is intercepted. Antoine Blake comes away with it. As once again, Luck was trying to find Hilton in the end zone.
Well, he was trying to get the quick score. Still thinking his team could win the game, so he stepped up and fired it outside. But Blake, good position. And he's doing it just what we talked about, playing deep. Don't let the receiver get behind you.
Quite a play by Blake.
Yeah, it was. How about that?
He's not a guy that gets a lot of action. You know, when you talk about the corners here with McCain and Allen and William Gay, and of course they've had to go another layer deep because Ike Taylor's been out for a few weeks with that forearm break. So Blake steps in and makes the play with 2:48 to go to all but seal it now. Luck, who had a second interception in this game that came in the first half, and it was run back by William Gay for a touchdown. Play by Bell for 2. Let's get an update. James Brown has it in New York.
Talk about a game in Arizona.
Oh, yes. Trailing late in the fourth, Carson Palmer is going to hook up with John Brown on a double move for the 75-yard touchdown, ending up being the game winner. Arizona, it's a final 24, Philadelphia 20.
Back to Jim Nance.
How about the job that Bruce Arians continues to deliver out there for Arizona? Eagles lose for the second time this year. Andrew Luck, 400-yard performance and 3 touchdowns.
Yep. You know, that pass Carson Palmer threw, that is one of Bruce Arians' favorite moves for deep throws down the field.
Bell slides across the necessary first down yardage at the 2-minute warning. Watch this last run by Le'Veon Bell. You'll see Mike Tomlin come in the frame, and there he is coaching from the sideline. Just go ahead, fall down.
Yeah.
Avoid the contact at this point. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, and Tracy Wolfson back here on this historic day for Ben Roethlisberger, who gets really lost in this Peyton Manning, Tom Brady era, if you will. But just today, again, showing credentials that are going to one day land him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no question. It's going to put him in the Hall of Fame. And, you know, to talk about him, Jim, you know, he's never, we talked about it earlier in the game, he's never gotten credit for how good he throws the football. And the way he does it with such rhythm and ease and power, it's going to last a long time. So when he's 40 years old, if he plays that long, which I probably think he will, he'll still be throwing the football well enough to get it done in this league. You know, it's with no effort. So it doesn't wear him out. It's not hard. I wonder if he's ever had a sore arm really with that throwing motion because it's so good.
What a great day to establish all these marks on a day when he's going to get his 100th win. And his 150th start. Bell was just adding to his numbers, another 100-plus scrimmage yard day for Bell. That's 85 on the ground. And timeouts called by the Colts. Let's show you what Ben's day looks like. Touchdown by touchdown. First it was Wheaton. Then he found the rookie Bryant. What a one-handed grab by Brown. And then Brown again in a 28-point second quarter explosion by the Steelers. And he went to Bryant, and there was the team record-setting 6 to Heath Miller.
Well, hey, what do you think? You think, how's the relationship now between Todd Haley and Ben Roethlisberger? You know, of course, I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah,
I think they're going to get along pretty well when you do these kind of things for your quarterback, and that's what it's all about. Players will listen. You teach them and give them a chance.
There's Bell, and patiently waiting.
Now, it all went well for the Steelers today on the offensive side, but I like what they did. It had everything in it. It had some power running. They blocked it up, gave Roethlisberger time to throw it down the field. These are some things that I haven't seen enough of, and I'm sure this is what Todd Haley envisions this offense turning into.
Hey, we just want to send along our best wishes to a very important part of the broadcast family here at Heinz Field. Max McGee, broadcast engineer and technical advisor who's worked with us for years and years here and for the Steelers organization for more than 30 years. He's under the weather, and we hope to see him back here at a Steelers game soon. 3rd and 2, and Roethlisberger keeps it. Boy, you don't need to get knocked around like that. You got to be looking good for that post-game press conference when you get to stand up and smile and talk about your greatest day.
Well, I'll tell you, you're right. You don't want these kind of hits. Oh, boy, that was a big hit, and that's not illegal because he is a runner.
Jonathan Newsom, who hit him. One there.
You know, I think you would like to take Le'Veon Bell and kneel on the football, but the Colts, when they use that timeout, they kind of force you to go ahead and run the ball.
I mean, you take those timeouts, you're down 3 scores. I'm not exactly sure why you're doing that in the first place.
Well, you're right. And maybe they wouldn't have taken the timeout if the Steelers would have just kneeled on it. We don't know that. Said many times, just play. It's like boxing. Protect yourself at all times.
Here's one thing to remember. They're both going to walk off this field now at 5 and 3.
Right.
Indianapolis will still have the division lead in the South. Houston's at 4-4. They've already beaten Houston in the one appearance, the second matchup to come. But Pittsburgh's in that North right now. But at 5-3 and 5-3, if they both end up division winners, remember the tiebreaker, if they ended up with the same record,
right,
would be this head-to-head matchup.
Yeah, sure. You know, we even say it sometimes, and I know people think it's ridiculous. You go, hey, this is a big game in week 5,
right,
because of the matchup, and it's amazing how it comes true so many times.
Wing, punt it away, 2 seconds to go.
Big catch at the 10-yard line. First and 10 Colts.
Just look at this. You know, he can barely separate anyone here.
No, you know
look
what?
at Cleveland,
Yeah.
half game out of first at the bottom of the 4 teams listed.
What's great about it? We're going to have a lot of good matchups down the road.
Next week here, the Steelers are going to have a special ceremony, the retirement of Joe Green's number 75.
Oh, that's great.
We'll have Baltimore coming to town for that occasion. This game is final. What an afternoon it was to sit back and watch some magnificent performances. Second most net passing yards in league history in a game between two teams, 907 yards. But the day belonged to Ben, leading his Steelers to victory. For Phil and Tracy, Jim Nance saying so long from Pittsburgh. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.